Let me know when I'm ready. All right, all right. Hey, how y'all doing? It's Mojo Hype Man. What I came to talk about today, you can check me out on my YouTube. My YouTube is Black from Trauma. Today we talking how we gonna love through trauma, right? Because in a lot of instances, we don't know what to do when we get in a situation where the trauma that somebody caused us makes us feel like we losing, But if you love through it all, am I still rolling? Oh, all right. I didn't know I was still rolling. All right, so today, I'm gonna start out with a little bit of getting us to understand that, we need to start understanding how we learning to love each other. Because the way we love each other, man, is getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous on how we loving each other. We out here doing a whole lot of stuff to each other, just for the sake of money, just for the sake of respect, just for the sake of clout, just for the sake of just trying to be the top man on the hill. We need to try to learn another way to live through that. Because we got a lot of people out here that's hurting people. Because we all know the saying, hurt people. Right? So what we need to try to understand is that, from my understanding is, the feelings we feel, we gonna feel them. We gonna feel anger. We gonna feel love. We gonna feel happiness. We gonna feel fear. We gonna feel guilt. We gonna feel all of that. And all of that is just triggers. They're actually, I wouldn't even call them triggers. You know what? It's just your body letting you know that something needs to change. It's your body letting you know that, hey, you need to take a little bit of action. It's your body letting you know that, hey, maybe you need to sit back a little bit and try to look a little bit. A lot of times we don't take the time out to understand ourselves. Once you get to understand yourself, then you'll be able to understand others. It's a lot of things about ourselves, not only mentally, not only with our auras, not only with our chakras, with our souls. And I ain't gonna get religious on you talking about this soul, that soul, and whose soul the best and whose soul ain't the best. I ain't gonna get on that with you. Because whoever and however and whatever you praise to, if it gives you the power to praise, then praise it. If it's giving you the results you want, then do it. But guess what you're gonna have to always understand is that, this universe sends stuff out and it come back. You strong enough to take the comeback? Whatever you put out, are you strong enough to take the comeback? Because sometimes that comeback knock you to your knees and it create those traumas that you have in yourself, abandonment. Don't understand self, can't self-regulate. Don't even know how to sit down and relax. Those are the things that we need to understand about ourselves first. Before we can even exude to anybody else. Before we can even express to anybody else whatever feeling we want them to feel, you got to be able to feel it first. So when we learn self-regulation, when we learn how to meditate, when we learn how to be diligent, and we get to create the karma that we get to have for ourselves. Now, I know some people don't believe in karma, but everybody at some point should believe in cause and effect. Because whatever you do, gonna come back. You powered up for it? Are you strong enough to handle the return? So that's where self-regulation come in. This world is kind of built on, attacking our insecurities. everything around us. It's to attack our insecurities and play on our intelligence and create illusions. But if you can self-regulate through whatever practice, whatever centers you, through whatever practice, you could be Muslim, you could be Hinduism, you could have Buddhism, you could have whichever one you choose. But make sure that it give you the return you want. And can you handle the return? Whether positive or negative. Can you handle the return? So that's why I get back to self-regulation. How do you self-regulate? Everybody say, oh, how you self-regulate? Well, be attentive to yourself. Be live in every moment. Be alive in every moment. Everything that you do, be there in its presence. Appreciate its hurts. Accept its pains. We quick to rejoice in the celebration part of it. Everybody want to be in then. Everybody want to be around when it's time to celebrate. But when the rubber hit the road, you got to get back to what this is all originally about. It's either loving that person, loving something external outside of yourself, or loving yourself. But ultimately, we're going back to love. I know, some of us too tough. Some of us too tough. Some of us got big guns and thinking, oh, I ain't soft. But if you getting all emotional and you got to pull out your pistol, start shooting and all that, you already emotional. You already in your feelings already. Everybody trying to duck it. But once you embrace it, that's what helps balance out your self-regulation. You got to have the good with the bad. It ain't easy. It's years to do that. But it's always a journey. It ain't never over. The process is never over. If we don't love ourselves, we can't love one another. If we can't self-regulate ourselves, we can't even regulate what's around us. And it ain't easy. It's going to be some hard choices. It's going to be some easy ones. But if you unite what's in your mind and in your heart, when you unite what's in your mind and in your heart, you're going to get the answer you need. Through what? Through how I walk in my life. You can walk in your life the way you want to walk in your life. But we need to learn as a collective. We need to learn together how to love ourselves and how to love externally. A lot of times, we don't even know how to be in relationships. If we took money from the man and a pussy from a woman, excuse my French, but if we took money from a man and pussy from a woman, what else we building? Where we building? Where we building? Together, as a collective. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is through love. That's the only way we're going to do it. Now we got to figure out how we balance that out. Because you're going to go through a lot of feelings in your life. You're going to go through a lot of feelings in your life. Right? Now, in my process, or what I think may be true, which I could say has been working for me because, in a lot of instances, I've been mentally attacked, energy attacked. I done been spiritually attacked. Just as a reference. And this is how I learned to live with things. First, you got to figure out what's the situation. Right? Once you find out what your situation is, you got to give it some attention. Look at it. See what's going on with it. See how it's moving. A lot of times we just want to jump in. You can't just jump in. You got to see how it's moving, how the parts of it is moving, and take it as being real. Now, once you get the attention, once you gave it some attention, once you give it some attention, now you appraise it. You look at it. You say, well, hey, this go over here, this the left, I want this, I don't want that, I need this, I don't need that. And a lot of times we be running in life so fast till all the trees is running and all the stuff passing right by us because we running so fast. But once we slow down, you'll find out life got a whole lot of little cherries in it as you pass by. You could pick up you some fruits as you pass by these trees because everything ain't running so fast. Slow down. Take a look at what we're doing here. Take a look at what you're doing. Appraise it. Is this worth $2? Do I need $2? Is this worth $5? And look at it from real eyes. Not from the illusions that we kind of built, that this world kind of built around us. We'll get to that. That's a whole nother class. We'll get to that. Now, once you get your appraisal, kind of figure out what's going on, how you going to respond to it? Okay, this worth $2. It ain't enough. I'm going to put it over there. I don't need the $2. I want the $10. Okay, so you got to make a conscious decision to get rid of the $2. So, it all depends on how you structure yourself. Back to self-regulation, on how you going to make these decisions, how you going to respond, what kind of attention you going to put to it. What are you using to appraise it? A lot of times we go to childhood traumas to appraise something. Sometimes we go to abuses to appraise something. Sometimes we look at the happy part to appraise something. But a lot of times, we don't even look at it from all angles. At least 3. At least try to look at it right here, and right here. At least try to look at it from 3 angles. So you can have at least some kind of full synopsis or some full idea of what it is you appraising. And what are you using as a guide or a graph to appraise it? My mama beat my ass all the time, so I'm gonna beat their ass all the time. My mama was bad with finances, so I'm gonna be bad with finances. My daddy wasn't around, so I ain't gonna be around. A lot of these things, it just takes us to look inside of us. Now, all right. So now we done got I'm gonna go back to the beginning. How do I feel like? You solve your traumas. You go through your situation. We find out what your situation is. You give it some attention. You appraise it, and then you respond. Now, when you look at the situation, what you gonna do? What tools do I have to look at the situation? I could choose to transmute, try to make it a better situation. Use that happy side of yourself to look at the happy side of a trauma. Ain't no happy side to a trauma. Yes, it is. It's the lesson you're going to learn to go to your next step so you know not to do that. Don't be in that line. Don't be in a line with that. That's self-regulation, where we can create love within ourselves and exude it out to each other. And I ain't trying to be no saint. I ain't trying to say that I am a saint. Because everybody had to walk through the darkness to get to the light. And ain't no bright light. Because the light gonna always have its opportunity to dim. We gotta decide we want our light bright. We can no longer let the outside things that the illusions, the illusions and the trickeries. We can't no longer let that be a part of who we are. Cause we know it ain't, we know it's a fool's card. We know it's a fool's card. We know it's out to trick us. And we walk right into it every time. Once we learn to love ourselves, we'll be looking at it a little bit different. Stop running in the forest for the trees. Stop running in the forest. So we could go ahead and we could learn how to transmute. Instead of looking at things how I could get out of doing it if somebody asked me to do something. Instead of looking at, do I have the time? That's where I go. Look at your situation, give it some attention, and appraise it. And then respond. So instead of looking at things on how we could get out of doing it, or just look at how you can. Just try it. Look at how you can do it, not how you can't do it. That's going to help you. Not for them. It's for you. Because once you did that, you've learned to walk through your own trauma. Because you might not want it to do it. And sometimes you can't because what you have in order don't allow you to be able to do it. Just be honest about that. So now I'm gonna get back to the attention. All right. So that was your situation. Situation is you could try to transmute it, make it a better situation. You can avoid it. Denounce the situation. Avoid the situation. However, like I said earlier, there's a cause and effect. Even in situation, when we at step one, where a situation is cause and effect. When you transmute, what are you transmuting it to? Are we transmuting it to our old traumas? Are we transmuting it to our last friend? Are we transmuting it to the last person that ever did this to me? What are we transmuting it to? That's what you do when you look at the situation. Now, when you give it some attention, you look at the developments. Okay, this happened like this went like this, and this is this and this. You focus, and then you refocus. Once you find out your developments, you focus, and then you refocus. Not jump on it, because sometimes, things develop. So you got to see what's happening. Sit back. Hey, give it some attention. Look at it. Refocus. Now we on appraising it, which is going to give it some thought and the thought of changing something. The thought of doing something different. This is how we attack our traumas, through love. But we got it now. I'm gonna go back to the number one rule will be the self-regulation. Get yourself, align yourself. You know, I get aligned by a whole lot of different things. It's not just one thing, because I'm a spiritual person. It's not just one thing that can align me. It's a multitude of things that aligns me. Because everything is this, every situation has its own designed energy to it. I can't kick in boxing because I'm boxing. Everything has its design to it. Everything has its level. Everything has its frequency. Everything has its sound. And it's a journey figuring out what those sounds are and getting and learning those different levels and frequencies and how to move from one frequency to another frequency. But the only way you're going to get it is you got to be of the light, because the darkness got to turn to light. And so you got to pass through all the darkness to get to the light. So you ain't going to be able to do it. You ain't going to be able to do none of it if you don't experience darkness and light. You can't complete it out. It won't be a whole thing because you haven't completed your darkness and your darkness, which would be your shadow self, and your light self. All right. So now this is how we approach our traumas, with self-regulation. I don't know what your self-regulation is. You get to choose it. That's the wonderful thing about life. You get to choose it. You could choose stones. You could choose Santeria. You could choose voodoo. You could choose Christianity. You could choose the Muslim. You could choose Hinduism. However, all of them got a frequency, and all of them have their own thing going. All righty. That's self-regulation. Find you somewhere to discipline yourself. You can fast, go just eat fruits for a week. Just balance it out. Now, in those traumas, once we get to the appraisal part, once we get past the appraisal part, we got to actually respond. We got to actually do something about it. That's not a choice. Unless you decide, you know what? I'm going to sit in this trauma because it's still this last one. You done found out your situation. You've created you put some attention into it. You appraised it. Figured out it was good, bad, yes, no, should I not? And respond. One of the least favorite things you could do is respond with emotion. Our emotions change every day. I like Snickers. I like Snickers when I was little, but I like Three Musketeers right now. I like Three Musketeers right now, but tomorrow I might like M&M's. That's not how you respond. You take your emotion, which would be your heart, basically. We would start, which will be your heart. And then we put some thought to it. Make it a full sentence. Make it a subject and a predicate. Make it a full sentence. So you can make a complete, so you can make a complete thought. A lot of times we jump right into emotion. Oh, he made me feel this way. Oh, he said this, or she said that. Or she looked at me. You know y'all women, you know y'all good with the microaggressions. That stops our love. That's a block. Boom, it's over. You know y'all ladies good with those microaggressions. Men too. Men too. Men got their microaggressions on how they try to dominate. But those are the things that's putting a hole in what we're trying to do as a collective. Otherwise, they're gonna have us by the throat every time. And we could say white, black, purple, green, Asian, demons, angels. They're gonna have us by the throat every time. Back to what I say, where when you start to love yourself, you will know that emotions is just one portion of it. Emotions is just one portion of it. What about its physical aspect of it? In the 3D? What about the spiritual aspect of it? In the 5D? What about the hella things in your 4D? All of that gotta matter in building your life. So you'll be energetically sound to ascend. So we'll all be loved. We'll all be loved. And we can spread to each other, come together as a collective, and build what we gotta build for the world. But we got to get back to loving ourselves, and not in a toxic way. We got people that walk around saying, I'm trying to love myself. I'm finna put time in myself. Well, when you putting time in yourself and all you got is yourself, where's the growth? You've been thinking your thoughts all this time. You need something external. And you don't even know what you building externally gonna work until you do it. But a lot of times we get caught up in, we get caught up in other things. We get caught up in other things. Our adrenaline and dopamines and oxytocin start moving, and there we go. We in fear now. And then once we walk through the field, then we get kind of angry. Now you get them non-adrenalines. Excuse my French, because I ain't medical. But you get those non-adrenaline. There we go. And you creating anger for yourself. And this created within your body. Now we want trying to wonder why we sick, because we walk around with all these chemicals changing up in our body so fast our body don't even know how to react. Then our body start building mucus and start sending this over here to the kidney. It starts sending that over there to this. Now the food you're eating, it ain't balancing it out, so it's gonna send it over here. Now this broke, and that's kind of broke. Now when you try to fix that, that's gonna break. We got all these chemicals going through our body when these chemicals are the same chemicals that can fix us. Because when them serotonin's up and them oxytocin's up, we in love, baby. But we got to build it for ourselves, and it's only a frequency that you got to get on in order to do that. And we got to figure out, you got to figure out what route you gonna be on to build to have your ascension. Unfortunately, it ain't nobody's choice. It ain't your mama choice. It ain't your brother choice. It ain't your auntie choice. It ain't your daughter choice. It ain't your pastor choice. Ultimately, it's yours. You know, we got to start self-regulating. We got to start balancing ourselves out. Understand how to walk through these traumas. How to get past these things that's harming us along the way. And then we start harming other people, and then the harm that we put out finna come back to us, and we just circulating harm within each other. My sister, my mama, the person who raised me, for all these other things, money, clout, for all these other things, that when you find out, because you will get to the end of it and find out that ain't nothing over there. You're going to find out that road going to end. And you can run into that brick wall as many times as you want to till your head busts. If we don't start self-regulating ourselves in a way that's effective, look at what's happening around us and see if it's effective. Not that the TV says so. Not that my homegirl says so. Not I saw this meme that gave me this line. What's happening around you? What's real? What's in your present? What's in your right now? What's in your face right now? Once we learn to self-regulate, we can start making those decisions just a little bit wiser. Just a little bit wiser to kind of put a whole picture together. Because everybody look at the picture different. Some people only look at the necklace. Some people only look at the watch. Some people only look at the car. They never took the time to even look in his eyes to see where the soul at, to see what they trying to do or who they trying to do or what they trying to be. The only way you gonna get through that is through love, though, because that's gonna come. That's like alkaline water to an acidic body. That's like Dawn to grease. It's dispersed. But if we don't know how to build that in ourselves in order to exude it out to other people, we gonna be in this whole cycle of I'm giving you trouble, you giving me trouble, and then the universe giving all us trouble. You know, we need to step out of that cycle. It's a cycle. And you know, a lot of ways we're starting to be innovative on how we attack each other. And I ain't talking about black on black. I ain't talking about black on white. I ain't talking about white on white. I'm talking about people all together. We just create. We find innovative ways to attack each other. If it ain't in the physical realm, if it ain't in the physical realm, it's in the spiritual realm. If it ain't in the spiritual realm, it's in the energetic realm. We just finding so many new in a way, and they ain't new. They ain't new. They actually the source. They actually the complete source. But how we doing it? How we playing in the complete source? Because the complete source gonna be the complete source. It's gonna be complete. But what you doing with it? How you playing in it? We just gotta figure out what that is. And that's gonna help us self-regulate. It's gonna help us balance ourselves out. And we can be a little more conscious about what we doing. Being in the moment. Compartmentalizing. Know that belong over there, not over here with this. And once you compartmentalize, every now and then, go in the room and change the furniture around. Make things new. Take some pieces out. Renew some pieces. You know, sometimes it's just hard for me to watch us just do that. And I know I ain't the only one sick of it. Everybody finding these new inventive ways to attack each other, take from each other. Even the government. They inventive like a motherfucker on attacking somebody. Dudes in the hood, they inventive like a motherfucker. People in the spiritual realm, they inventive like a motherfucker. Why we ain't using that innovativeness to connect our dots together so we can become a Voltron? I don't know if y'all know about that old school kind of stuff like that, but we can become a Voltron. We just got to get ourselves together, man. Everybody. Self-regulate. Get yourself together. Find something you're good in and do it. Find something you're lying in and line with it. Because if you ain't on this frequency, it ain't going to come to you frequently. I'm going to say that again. If you ain't on this frequency, it ain't going to come to you frequently. So now, all of these emotions we go through, stress, fear, sadness, reflection, all of those create like different chemicals that create different moods that change our whole frequency, that change our whole balance of self. That changes your whole chakra lineup. Or your energy points, as some people would say, or your chi. We just letting it run willy-nilly. We just letting whatever emotion feel like it's the brightest take over our moments. And believe me, sometimes they good moments, they in happy times, and sometimes they in moments where they low. Those are the moments that we got to look at. Assess them better. Try to understand what guidelines are we using to assess. Because if you in a hole and you've been living with yourself in a hole, then it's something about self. And everybody gonna walk through that every day of their life. Some people don't look at self. Some people look at everybody else. That's fine too. But back to what I said, there's a cause and effect. The source gonna be complete. I just think that we need to try to walk more toward completeness. And understand that it ain't no ending to it. There's no magical thing you can go flip and get there. You can't bury no shit in the ground and you can't get there. You can't light no candles and get there. You can't rub no stones and get there. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. Understand who you are and stand on that. So we can create ourselves a new consciousness. So the shit we start doing, the things we start doing automatically, or be good things automatically. From what I know in my life experience, you align your chakras, your spiritual self, your aura, your frequencies, it blends with source. In my experience. I don't know what your experience is. I don't know how you lived your life. I don't know what life you creating for yourself. Because we're trying to build a new consciousness here. Because if we don't build a new consciousness, whatever consciousness they want us to have, that's the one we gonna have. Because we can't regulate ourselves long enough to make a good choice. We can't regulate ourselves to understand that ain't right anyway. Right and wrong is in the eye of the beholder. What's right to me ain't right to you. What's right to you ain't right to me. But you need to figure out what's right for you so you can balance and be able to live in a world where you don't have to always not understand why you in fear. You don't have to you won't have to always not understand why are you stressful? Why are you having these anxiety attacks? Well, you're having these anxiety attacks because you're looking so far in the future and you ain't gonna never know what's down there till you go down there. We got to better understand where these things are coming from and what guidelines we using to appraise and assess these things. So we could create a better consciousness, right? All right. So now we got a couple things on consciousness here. You know, you got your default mode, which things that's just, you know, when you zone out and you in dreamland, everything all good. You know, in your dreams, you get to set everything like you want it. If you understand your dreams. If you know that it's you and God in control of those dreams. Excuse me. It's you and source. The universe that's in control of those dreams. So whatever come in and whatever go out of those dreams, just know that source did short source on it. From whatever aspect of religion you own. And then you have your docile moment, right? Is when you paying attention and ready for attack. That's your docile moment. You just sitting there, you looking, you ready for attack. On whatever the situation is, you ready to attack. What you attacking with now? Here we go. What we attacking with? Microaggressions. What we attacking with? ARs. What we attacking with? What we attacking with? Sacrifice animals. What we attacking with? What we attacking with? And I ain't saying it's right, wrong, left, right, but I'm saying, why are we attacking it? And what we attacking it with? Because you can attack it with love. You can attack it with compassion. You could attack it with understanding. You could attack it with just listening. You can attack it with just listening and responding. We got the choice. When you think the thought, you got the choice. What are we choosing? Where are we choosing it from? And whatever we choosing is being imprinted in our consciousness. Whatever we choosing is being imprinted in our consciousness. And then it gets to a point like just like your eyes blink when something get close to it, it's imprinted. Now you got to go through a whole process of unimprinting. These people know that when they put these banners out. These people know that when they send these commercials out. They know that, but if you see it so many times, it's going to imprint on your brain. Whether you want it to or not, because your brain never start working. We could choose what we want to put in and what we want to take out, but it's absorbing everything. And when anything come to any thought of that has anything to do with that, everything in your brain gonna go towards that. You know, we just gotta understand our makeup. We gotta understand our makeup and know how to use it to our advantage. Cause right now we just jumping in the street. When we can start to understand that it only gonna take 3 minutes to walk down, to walk across, just wait. You know them same 3 minutes ain't gonna hurt you now, bit. A lot of times we be so stuck on trying to chase something till we don't know that just moving in the instance of what you're trying to do is headed toward what the source trying to get you to do. You already headed there. Why you running? But, you know, this society has made us think that everything got to go fast, speed, 5G. Everything. Our life. You know, you could be driving on the street, you'll see somebody flying by. You know what they flying by to go do? Go home and watch TV, lay down. Almost hit like 3 people flying through there. Just because they want the gratification of being where they need to be in 5 seconds. Those type of things being printed in our consciousness. And we do it without even understanding what we're doing. But if you self-regulate and guide it with love, and because love, the reason I say love, right? Because love open up all the other pieces. It don't just open up one side of the piece. It don't just open up one side. It don't come in the building. It don't come in the building and just go in that room. Or just go in that room. When they come in the room and fill the whole room, everybody know it. Even the ones who demons they mess with. Because you could bring love in the room and it'll disturb half the room because they got demons they got to work on. And when I say demons, you know, it's used in a whole lot of aspects. You know, I'm talking about lower frequency. I'm talking about red chakra things. You know what I mean? I'm talking about those things that are at the bottom. When I say demon. But demon resonate with some people. Red chakra didn't resonate with others. I just think that we at a space where we need to be more conscious about our consciousness. I just think we in a space that we need to understand how is our physical body changing? How is our physical body moving? And what's making it like this? It ain't just the food, because I've seen a lot of people starve themselves to death and still can't get skinny. It's your mindset, because your mindset and your mind regulate your body. Your mindset regulate the chemicals in your body, which regulate the muscles and regulate the fortunately, I just happen to be black. You feel me? I appreciate the melanin. My stuff moves faster and quicker. Got more information in it. But we got to understand that. Understand that our mindset is changing our chemical balance, which is creating mucus, which is, we know what we're talking about. We know those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. But we need to start being conscious of our consciousness. I just went back. I just told you a couple ways you can do it. First, you got to slow down. I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to do you some meditation. You're going to do you some yoga. You're going to do you some Kai Gong. You're going to go get you some Reiki done. But you got to slow down. Because you can't even look at the situation if you're moving fast. You can't even give it no attention if you're moving fast. You ain't gonna even appraise it right because you ain't got enough information. Your guide don't have enough pieces in it. Get you some pieces. Cause that's gonna dictate your response. But all you put into it gonna dictate your response. And once you respond, it's out there. Ain't no taking it back. Ain't no saying, oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's out there. Not everybody else get to treat it some kind of way. But if you ain't regulating it, if you don't have no sense of discipline, if you don't have no sense of order, because I know I ain't the only one sick of it. I know I ain't the only one sick of it. Because it's out here. I know I ain't the only one sick of, the religion guiding people to be a certain way that's destructive. The government guiding ways to be destructive. Fake voodoo priestess deceiving. Chosen people. Got to be attacked on some other stuff. We getting real innovative to hurt each other. Now I used to work right next door to this spiritual shop, right? And all I could see is women coming in there. So I would go in there and I would ask the lady, well, what they really be coming in here before? Mainly they be trying to put hexes on people. What? That's what I mean. Mainly, they trying to do love spells to try to keep their boyfriend, but they don't know. They try to keep them. They can keep them so hard till he try to kill you. Understand what we working with out here? It's just starting not to make no sense no more for us to be attacking each other like we doing. Finding new ways to do that. Let's find new ways to build our consciousness. Let's find new ways to be implementative. Let's implement some stuff that's different. Let's make some different selections. We got 100,000 options. So, I just say, the way that you do that, to be able to make your options work for you, try to make better decisions, work through your trauma, because everybody got it. Everybody got some sort of trauma. So, all we got to do is just try to address them properly, and that's with love. Love gonna do it like Dawn, it's gonna split it. Love gonna do it like Dawn, it's gonna split it. I just want us to grow on something. Understand what we are and what we doing. Hey, This your boy Mojo Hyman. You know, just trying to tighten us up. You feel me? Because we need to tighten up. We need to tighten up from all aspects. So, I'm going to catch y'all on the next round. Because I got... Oh, wait a minute. But I wanted to... I think I had some notes I wanted to go through real quick. All right. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Mojo Hyman once again. Y'all can catch me on YouTube, Black from Trauma. I'm here at Cool TV, chilling out. I got an artist, upcoming artist coming in. Her name is Blue is Music. We call her Biz, and she walk around here like she about her business. You know what I mean? She got some music coming out. Hey, it's hot. It's hot, you know what I mean? She got some music coming out. But we're going to find out a little bit about Blue. You know, we're going to find out a little bit about Blue because that's what we're going to call her. And, you know, that's what I call her. Y'all can call her Biz, though. Y'all can call her Biz. I call her Blue because, you know, because that's, you know what I mean? She close to me. She close to me. That's my girl right there. Hey there, Blue. So, but yeah, she about her business. You know, her name is Blue is Music. Blue is Music is her name. All right. And, you know, we're going to talk to her a little bit about, you know, where her music come from, how she build her music, what's the spiritual aspect to her music, how does she, you know, we're going to find out some things about, we're going to find out some things about Biz. We're going to find out some things about Biz. And, you know, I ain't got no more to say. We're going to go ahead and have Biz come on in. Hey there, Biz. What's good? What's good?
Hey, Mojo, what's going?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I see you here today visiting us, checking us out here.
Most definitely.
Tell us a little bit about what you got going on. Tell them about some music. Tell us about some music. Let's start there.
So I'm actually preparing a couple of things to drop.
Okay.
I've been writing and working on some projects. So
Okay.
I Said What I Said
coming
out. I got Gotta Wake Up coming out. I got Comprer coming out.
Okay. Comprer. What?
Comprer. Okay. So the term Master of Ceremonies.
Okay.
When I looked it up, it originated in France, and it was Comprer and Compreres.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But you know, us as Americans always gotta change something, make it shorter. Master of Ceremonies, MOC. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's where that. Oh, wait a minute. That's where that MC Hammer come from.
Yeah,
that's where
MC
that
Light.
Young MC,
Yeah,
MC
come
Light.
on.
That's Master of Ceremony.
You know the
Okay,
vibes.
and in French it's called a what?
Comprer.
Comprer.
Yeah, you know, I don't have to twang like they got it, but
All right. I want to hear that song. I wonder what that was about.
Look for it. It's coming.
Tell us a little bit about what's the other one? I want to.
I Said What I Said.
Said What I Said. Yeah. That's it. Now I heard that one. You know, well, I actually heard all of them, but that Comprer kind of threw me off a little bit. But
Why?
Huh?
Why?
I don't know, cause you're American, you ain't French.
It's true.
Yeah, cause you're
right,
American, you ain't French. You feel me? I ain't French either. That's why I ain't know. But yeah. What's the name of what was the name of that other song you just
Said What I
told me?
Said.
I said what I said.
Man.
That's what it is right there. Yeah. I said what I said and I meant it. I don't care about you. That was live. That was live, Biz. That was live. I really like that one.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. How you came up with that? Wait a minute. It's one more. It's one more that kind of gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. I think that's a really good song. I think it has a good. I think it has a good spirit to it. I think it has a good vibe. I think it's a good high frequency song, man.
Yeah,
I think it's nice. You know, I think it's inspiring. I think it's an inspiring song. Y'all will get to hear it soon. But you know, I think it's fire. But you know, how did that come about?
Gotta Wake Up?
Yeah, how did you dig that one out?
So honestly, I've pretty much had a job since I was 16.
Okay.
It's been a couple years since I was 16, pretty much. So I went through jobs and I felt like, dang, like once you have a taste of your own money, you got to make your money. And it's times that I've had to wake up at 8 a.m. It was times I had to wake up at like 5 p.m., do 12-hour shifts. But I feel like if I want something, I got to wake up. I got to get to the bag. By brushing my teeth, I'm making plans.
I'm saying, Wait a minute. You got a popcorn business too, though.
I most definitely do.
You got a popcorn business. It's called,
Hip
wait a
Hops.
minute. Wait, that's what it is? Hip Hops?
Yeah.
Gourmet Hip Hops popcorn.
You
Oh,
already
that's
know.
fine. Boy, when I saw them flavors, I was like, what? Tell them what the flavors is. Tell them
So
what
we
the
got
flavors.
some pink purse,
Uh-huh.
right? Because that's representing all our female rappers.
Uh-huh.
Right? The strawberry cheesecake.
All right,
Then
all
we
right.
got the I'll Push It by Salt and Pepper. We already know what I'll Push It meant when I said it. It's an Oreo with black and white. You feel me? We got Wavy Navy, which is like a blue raspberry cheesecake. You know?
What? Wait a minute. I think I saw banana pudding.
Oh yeah, we got the Wu-Tang.
Ooh, the woo.
You know what? But you know about banana
That thing
pudding.
make you go ape, baby. That thing make you go ape.
Most
Yeah, that's nice.
definitely.
That's nice. How's it going though? How's the popcorn business coming?
It's been going great,
It's popping.
actually.
It's popping.
Most definitely.
For sure.
Got me
For sure.
popping in these streets. Most definitely.
All right. So tell me a little bit how you inspire yourself to kind of create a song like "Gotta Wake Up." Like what was that? What was it?
You know, a lot of times when you waking up at whatever time to go to whatever job, you know, sometimes you really do have to drag yourself out of bed. And you need that good song that be like, I gotta wake up. Like, dang, this is exactly how I feel. I relate to it. It's putting a pep in my step. And, you know, we always got some good wake up songs, but I just felt like I needed one for myself.
Okay. Now, that I said what I said, and that gotta wake up, right? Like them two ends of the spectrum kind of songs there.
Yeah.
One's kind of like inspiring, the other one's kind of like inspiring.
Okay, wait.
On some other inspirations.
Hold up, right? Because the people don't know, they ain't never heard I said what I said.
I love it though.
Right? I Said What I Said is a song that's pretty much like when I speak, I say what I say and I mean it. Period, point blank.
Okay.
So no matter what it is, if I say I'm fly, please best believe I'm fly. No matter, period, point blank. Even if you don't think I'm fly, just know I'm fly.
Nah. You know I'm gonna ask for the first verse on one song and the second verse on another song.
Okay.
Cause I gotta hear you spit out here. These people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You get a whole lot of people saying, "Oh, she about her business. She about her business." I'm saying, let's see. So we gonna go for I just want you to bust a verse for me.
Okay. So we're gonna do I Said What I Said. Right. You want me to start at the hood?
I do want you to start at the hood.
I said what I said and I meant it. I ain't playing no games with you bitches. Said with my chest I need stitches. You nigga bitches, pull up your britches, bitches. That's the chorus, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
I do my music with Meraki. Can't stop me or even try to drop me. Face beat pretty girl just with a 44 Glock G. And now pop, blow up the spot, snuff mo ass with the butt of the Glock. Going sports mode, hold my motherfucking Crocs. I told her, listen, don't get mad, my shit glisten. I ain't gonna complain or even start bitching.
I'm on that. I like that. It's all right.
Okay.
Give me one. Give me a verse out of
Gotta wake up.
Compare.
You wanna do compare?
Yeah. Drop a verse out of compare for him.
Okay. Dang.
I don't know. It's up to you.
Okay.
Well, give me a piece of it.
Want a piece? Can we do I Gotta Wake Up?
Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Because I like that one too.
Yeah, we've been talking about I Gotta Wake Up. We might as well keep it them too.
Let's do it. I'm with it.
I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up. I gotta get to the bag while brushing my teeth. I'm making plans. How I'ma get to this money? It's things I never had. After I wash my face, fix my hair. Next, I'm on a dash. I gotta drip this fit real quick. Cash not waiting on my ass.
I love it. Yeah, that's good. That's inspiring in the morning. Make you want to get there.
Make you want to get up.
Yeah, make you want to get there. I want to get there. So I'm gonna ask you this. What's your spiritual grounding? Like, what's your spiritual grounding?
What do you mean by that?
What do you use as your discipline to keep yourself in a center place? You just around here you know what I'm saying? You just out here.
Nah, I would consider myself spiritual.
Okay.
I try to use, I guess, the the more positive spiritual things or things that I feel like are more positive.
Okay.
And
Okay. So you're not necessarily in a religion. You're just more spiritually, just in tune with in tune with yourself and your soul and how you build that up.
Yeah, I kind of feel like eventually it'll all come full circle because, like, I grew up Christian.
Okay.
So that was the first information I was receiving until, you kind of grow out of things and you kind of change. Mm-hmm. So it's not that I'm no longer a Christian. It's just, what is a Christian? Mm-hmm. I don't really consider myself that, as a whole. But, that's where my original beliefs were.
Okay. Okay.
And then you kind of grow, and I've learned spirituality. And I'm pretty sure once I continue to grow, I'm going to discover other religions and just see how they resonate with me and how I feel like I can grow from them.
Okay. That sounds like it. That sounds like you kind of trying to balance it. You know how to balance yourself out. You got some tools out here. You got some tools to work with. Okay. So tell me, what school? Where you from? We ain't even tell where you from.
All right. So I was born in Miami, Florida. Okay. 305. Okay. Shout out to my city. Okay. Right. Okay. All the greatest rappers come from Miami.
I feel you.
Most definitely.
I'm from the 305 too, baby. Yeah. One time. Shit. Go ahead.
But I've been in Atlanta, Decatur, where it's greater specifically. Okay.
Okay. So that's where you created your experiences from to be able to, write what you write?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anybody to help you write?
Do I have anybody? I like to think...
Because them lyrics is like, what?
Nah. I like to think that I'm a real person, and I grow and I mature and I develop things daily. You come up with new thoughts every day. When I create my music and I sit down, I actually put my feelings into it. And the next day when I practice it again, it's just like, dang, that was so aggressive. Like, I could come at that a better way. Mm-hmm. And then, that's even looking back and seeing how you react to things, You just learn to take time, let things marinate. Some things you should be clear before you let them marinate, but let them marinate because you're not going to be the same person tomorrow.
Okay. What about boys?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
What about men? You got somebody special around?
Not specifically.
Okay. As an artist, you gotta be like, you're an artist. You can't be saying specifically, but then, I get it. Yeah. How did that affect it in your life when you start getting in the world where you started connecting with people and understanding and trying to understand people?
Honestly, I don't know.
Because you seem like you're a smiley person. You seem like the type of person that get along well with people. How did that come about? Like, what made you feel so confident enough to talk to people? Because a lot of people don't want to talk to people. Some people walk around here with mad on their face and, never want to smile. You seem like you smile a lot. You seem like you be happy about things. And I know, because I'm in this world too, everything ain't happy and everything ain't peaches and cream. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything ain't, the happy part of life. You know what I mean? But I know, some of those experiences created who you are today. Mm-hmm. If you had to say who you were today, who would you say that is?
Dang,
if you was going to represent it with somebody, who would you say is closest to who you are? If we was going to somebody, I guess I'm gonna say for celebrity.
Okay, like pretty much like a celebrity who I kind of relate to deeply.
Yes.
Dang, that's a really good question. Okay, this is actually gonna sound kind of weird, but I do love TikTok, right? Okay. And I follow this young lady, young woman. Okay. Her name was Michaela.
Okay, shout outs to Michaela. Boy, you look like Michaela. She put you on, baby. She put you on.
Yes. So She does makeup. And I remember at first I kind of protested TikTok with a lot of other people, but eventually you hopped on the bandwagon. And I was able to see her really grow into the big person she is today when she's actually like living out her dreams. And I like how she's able to express herself and be real. And people support her when she's like, you know, I'm human, I make mistakes. You know, we don't feel like, oh, she just saying that so we can give her views back. You know, she genuinely means it. When she say, oh, me and my husband, she's really genuine, and she keep it real. And I like that.
That's one thing. One thing about them mistakes, man. You know, people are these days. You know, they're not as understanding. They're not as understanding as we hope for them to be, or they're not not as understanding as they expect you to be of them. You know what I mean? So, you know, those
But you know,
because they you know, they try to cancel people and all that kind of stuff just for a mistake. Like I stumbled, okay, but you gotta get up. You don't get up and apologize and all that kind of stuff. And that's just to get yourself together. It ain't for everybody else. It's to get yourself together.
I mean, I feel like the best way some people you can automatically talk to and they understand where you're coming from, your intent and all of that. When you learn that somebody isn't or somebody can't meet you where they are, you meet them. So it's like, okay, I don't feel like I can express this to you in this way. I gotta find another way. If you don't like, bruh, shut the door, I can start saying, do you mind closing the door for me? Can you please close the door? See what works. Therefore, they feel more comfortable and y'all relationship will grow. You know, and with cancel culture, honestly, it's all about being genuine. It's all about being genuine. Yeah. Because when you notice, when people give sincere apologies, people understand, like, you know what? You are human. But when everybody else do it, point the finger, don't take accountability, you don't learn, and you'll do it again and again and again. And how many people are you going to hurt? And how many people should we allow you to hurt? Like, cancel culture, to a degree, is good. Because I hate to say it, but R. Kelly would have been canceled, like, way before now. You know, and canceling, it make you lose a lot of things because them brands don't want nothing to do with you because nobody's feeling you, and you really got to dig to yourself and realize, dang, what did I do?
Yeah, you do. Most of the times you do got to look at yourself.
You don't never get canceled and them checks don't never stop, you'll never learn. Yeah. Some people.
Yeah, for some people. Well, you know, people learn through traumas. You know, people learn through their pain, but do they love through their pain? That's a lot of time. That's where it all kind of, you know, hits the fan. You know what I mean? Because it's easy, you know, it's easy to kind of just, you know, write people off. It's easy to do that. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a little harder to kind of approach people. You know what I mean? But sometimes you just got to do it, and you got to open up about it, and you just got to be it.
Is it really hard to write people off? I mean, is it really easy to write people off?
Yeah.
It's really not, though.
Well, I'm gonna show you how, because all you got to do is disassociate yourself.
No, because then that's only kind of like here. That's one dimension. That's 2D. That's right. Flat. That's right. But you know, the whole world is at least bare minimum on a 3D level. So you less than what you're actually comprehending. Because honestly, when you drive past that place y'all ate lunch, you gonna think about that person. You gonna have a slight miss for them too. But you so stuck in your head that you like, dang, I'm not da-da-da-da. So are you really moving on? Nope. It's not until you pass by that place and you don't even remember the last time you went there for real. Yeah. What you know about the 3D and 5D, girl? You better go ahead on with all that. You better go ahead on. But yeah. You know that, it sounds like you kind of know your stuff about some stuff. You know what I mean? You know your stuff about some stuff. You know, and you know, where you learn to know about all of that type of stuff from? It started at home. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It started at home. When it came to my parents, as a kid, of course, you need structure and discipline. So with your grandmas, your parents, you go to church, or you practice the home religion until you're old enough to start making your own opinions. And thankfully, my parents were were able to kind of say, you know, you're old enough to make your own decisions. You know, I'm here for questions. You know, I'm not going to let you kind of start doing anything bad or something I feel like will harm yourself. But if you have questions, ask me. And that's what I was able to do, and they was able to kind of cultivate what I was thinking and how I was feeling without it being kind of like believe what I believe. Okay. Because in actuality, every member of my family believes in something different. But we're still able to come together and say, well, you know, we can agree that this, and this is translatable through everything. Okay. And we can at least come together at the table and decide 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I need to know who your parents is. They cool little mom. Why they cool? I need to know who your parents is. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Back to your music. Like, when did you start? When did you start? And can you remember your first line?
Okay. It is kind of cringy that I can't remember my own line. It is very cringy. It started in the home. Okay. A lot of things started in my home, actually. Okay. Because my family really did believe that it takes a village and, you know, homegrown type of energy. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, my mom, she wrote poems and sung when she was a kid. Okay. And my dad, he did raps. He was a hype man back in his day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So my parents were already musical, and when they had kids, their passion for music didn't stop. It kind of just changed into something different. And my first bar.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
My name is Harmony, and it rhymes with Barney. Look, I was on to something. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna put it back in the bar, and everybody gonna say it's hard.
So you gonna add a whole other.
My name is Harmony, and it rhymes with Barney.
I need to hear it in the verse.
Most definitely.
But you know what? I think that verse gonna be fire because that music is nice. I like the lyrics. The lyrics is really like they soothing lyrics. You know what I mean? It's not. Well, I don't know about that. I said what I said because I think my lower chakras like that song right there.
It do.
You get what I mean? I think my lower chakras like that song.
But you know, I as an artist, I always try to be real because there is nothing like authenticity. So I'm a human. I go through my uppers and my lowers. I go through the conflict. I have to still come back and ground myself. You know, because when you hit a certain point in time, you become accountable for your actions, and you start making your own karma. So you gotta come together and get yourself together, and I always want to be able to communicate that. Like, when you listen to my music, I want you to be able to say, look, she can get you right up here and down here. You can do your makeup to her song and go spin a block to her music too.
Okay, that's what you would. That's the reach.
Spin the block and meditate. Okay. But ask for forgiveness.
Okay. Now I got a question. What was your biggest turning moment?
In music or as a person, like just in general?
Let's start with music.
In music, it was actually kind of recently. Okay. So the more I started putting more time and energy and positive things into my music, the more I seen, positive come out. And the more I seen positive come out, it just made me really believe in myself. Like, dang, I actually am hard. I actually can do something. Yeah, I actually can do something.
Okay. Now, if you couldn't do music, what would you do?
Dance.
Okay. Dance. It's gonna be with music anyway. Okay.
Okay, if I can't do like music at all, maybe art. Okay. I do appreciate a good self-expression. Okay. In a way that doesn't have to stick by rules.
Yeah, I hear that in your music. Cause
I'm free. That's what my daddy told me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, I guess you know how to get free. I know you how to get free. We trying to get everybody free, you know what I mean? And, you know, for me, we just got to get past these traumas that we live with in this world. And once we get through them, you know, we'll be all right. Yeah, we'll be all right.
A lot of times we just lose the love.
That's what it is.
That's why we got to love through trauma.
Yeah, and them children, that childlike person in you, that be the one that love you most. You know how they be saying, oh, that puppy love. That's it right there. That's it. That's where you need to go right there. Get that love out.
Yeah.
So now, so you say you'll be an artist. You'll do art, like painting?
Closer to like drawing. I don't really see myself as a painter. I don't think I have that much patience.
Okay.
But even as a kid, I drew.
Okay.
Like I done drew Bow Wow. I done drew a lot of people like realistically in detail.
Okay. Oh, so you versatile. You versatile. Yeah. You got a lot of things going on. You got a lot of things going on. You got the popcorn business. You got the music. You got the art. Hey.
I said dance.
You dance? Yeah. You all right. All right. Cause I like what's going on with you, Biz.
Can I tell you the deeper reason?
Tell me. I'm listening.
Let's get deep with it, right?
Let's do it.
It was a point in time where I couldn't write. And then I had to do what to ground myself and come back to myself. Then you gotta go to drawing. You know, sometimes when you're rapping, you're just moving so fast. Sometimes you can stay in the negative. Drawing, you gotta have patience. You gotta kind of float, be good by yourself.
So those are some of the tools you use to kind of balance out your temperance, your patience. You kind of balance out your strengths. You kind of balance out all your little. Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like it keeps my mind sharp. I have an attention to detail. I'm able to listen to things differently. Okay.
You know, you kind of deep. You kind of deep, Biz. You kind of deep.
Don't tell nobody.
I'm gonna tell everybody. Y'all better be deep. Yeah, you kind of deep. You kind of deep. So, you got any best friends? Where your best friend at?
I have a few best friends actually.
Okay.
Michael.
Okay.
I've been friends with him since like the 3rd grade.
Okay.
We about 20 now.
Okay.
Right. I have Jerome. We've been like really close friends. I've known him since elementary school, but we've been close friends since like middle school, high school. And then I guess I got like a new best friend currently. Okay.
You creating best friends now?
Yeah, creating close friends and stuff.
That's what you gotta do out here. Because if we don't try to share with each other, we ain't gonna have much out here.
Yeah, what about you and your friends? You have any close friends?
I got a brother. I got a couple close friends. You know what I mean? I got a couple close friends.
It's dope that you consider your brother your friend also. Cause that friendship is definitely by choice.
Yeah. I got a brother that I'm close with. You know, I got some friends that I'm good with. You know what I mean? Got some families that I'm good with or that's good with me. You know what I mean?
That's good.
You know, I try to spread the love. You know what I mean? I try to just be out, say hey to people, invite me to the party I might be coming. You know what I mean? I just like to be upbeat with people.
That's real.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this: you can't always be, because people retreat, they get into themselves, they need time to rebuild. You know what I mean? And as friends and as associates and as people that's around you, they should be able to respect the fact that you got to pull back a little bit, kind of readjust your life and kind of put yourself back on where you need to be. You know what I mean? Because those ones who don't believe in that, they don't necessarily believe in your growth. You know what I mean? But then, you got to give them love too so they can believe in their growth, and then they'll meet you where you need to be.
Yeah, I mean, y'all can meet each other where y'all both are.
That's right. So, other than that, what's going on with you? I heard you did a show in California. I heard you did a show off of in Georgia.
Dang.
I seen you do the show too. I seen you do the show over there in Georgia. Where we was at, I think we was off in Jonesboro somewhere.
Dang, that was like 2 years ago. Maybe like a year ago.
I think you did a really good job too,
Thank
man.
You. I appreciate that.
You brought the popcorn out. Everybody was enjoying the popcorn. It was nice.
Compre.
Yeah.
Master of ceremonies.
That's right. I feel you on that one.
Through and through, beginning to end.
Yeah, you came out there, gave everybody out some popcorn. That was a nice moment. And then went out there and lift the bar. Lift the bar. The last person had to come and almost do 3 backflips, jump off the stage, and you give it, and all his friends there. You ain't had no friends there. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it was all good. He did a great job too. You know what I mean? All of them did a great job. Everybody did a great job at that performance. I thought everybody did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Cali one, I saw a video. I think you was doing pretty good. I think you did not even pretty good. I thought you was running the spot.
Thought I ate?
Yeah. What?
Thought I ate?
Okay, I guess you ate. Yeah. I thought you ate. Yeah, I thought you ate. Yeah, she out here spitting verses. But you know, I saw that show. It was nice. It was nice. I think you good, Blue.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot, actually, because I have put, you know, like I said, I'm a young adult now, and I've been rapping since I could talk, since I was a toddler. Mm-hmm. My first bar was "My Name Is Harmony" around with Barney. Like that put you in the time frame that we was in.
Okay, yeah, right? It do definitely put
Barney,
you in the time frame.
On the VCR tape that you had to rewind. I'm not too old. I'm not too young. You know what I mean? But you just gotta, I don't know.
Okay, so what's next for you though? What's next for you? What are you trying to move to? Because when you drop them, I'm telling you, I just think that you gon', you know what I mean? You gon' pop off. I think you gonna pop off. And what's next for you?
What's next? Okay, hopefully in January I'll be going off to school.
Okay.
I did attend college last fall.
Okay.
Took a little gap semester, so hopefully we'll go back to that as well.
Okay.
Definitely want to drop music and work on my craft. And honestly, this may sound kind of crazy, but I just want to live my life and see where it takes me. Because a lot of times life don't really go as planned and we feel upset about it. You know, it's nice to have ideas like, I want to be the greatest rapper ever, but right now I'll be the greatest rapper here, and then in my city, you gotta start somewhere. I'ma grow.
You gonna grow, but I think you fine. You gonna grow, but I think you fine. I think you gonna do your thing out here, man. I think you could compete. Yeah, I think you could compete. You know what I mean? I think you got the pizzazz to kind of carry yourself in a good way out here. You know what I mean? Your music on point. You know, you all right with interviews. I love it. I love the energy. I love the energy. It makes me feel good out here. You know, we on some high frequency up here. You know what I mean? Yes. So you ever thought about maybe getting into some movies or something like that? You thought about getting into movies, maybe? What do you think?
Honestly, I feel like acting is wild.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I don't see it, period, for myself. Okay. I don't see it now. I think I really want to do the music because that's really how I'm feeling myself right now. Okay. That's really how I want to express myself outward. Okay. And I think it's about time.
If they just wanted to keep up with you, if they want just where they keep up with you at?
Hit me up on Instagram, right? So it's Color Me Blue right now. Okay. Right, so it's COLORMEBLUU_, and
Okay. Oh well, you can meet me on Instagram, Mojo Hype Man 74, or you can meet me over there at YouTube, Black from Trauma. You feel me? All right. So is it anything in the flow of life that you felt like you wouldn't overcome, but you did?
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I'm gonna say depression. Okay. If I'm gonna really keep it honest with you. Okay. You know, I'm gonna just be real, because I can't be nothing other than. You know, we've all had our good days and our bad days, and sometimes my bad days were really bad. And you just have to believe that it's going to stop raining one day. And you got to learn to love the rain and stand in it.
So I'm going to tell you from what I learned, right? From what I learned is when you're dealing with stuff like that, you just run through it. You run through it. Like you run through it. You deal with it. You know, when you start understanding where depression comes from, like where anxiety comes from, when you start to kind of understand that, it gives you an opportunity to kind of look back and be able to, you know, when the next moment come where you feel that same little chemical tingle, then you know how to go against it. You know how to pull it back a little bit once you learn what you need to do to get it.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of easy to say because when you're in it, it doesn't feel like what is depression because you're kind of fighting other things, you know? And yes, depression is thinking about the past, but a lot of times the past is now. Like, you're so stuck on where you are that it's kind of like, here, could the past, present, and future all happen at the same time?
The biggest thing about that is just you let it go. And we know it ain't easy. Everybody walk that street every day. Everybody walk that street every day. And some people, the whole idea of letting go, right, is to drop one rice every day until all the rice is gone. To drop one piece every day, one corner, chop one corner off of it every day, little piece, just piece by piece, day by day, piece by piece until it's all gone. Just decide that I'm not going to take what you got to say. I ain't going to take moving. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, ooh, I'm going to run past this.
But you know who the hardest person to fight is yourself.
Of course. That's where your self-regulation come in at.
Right, that's where your self-regulation come in. But you have to be in the turmoil to determine, dang, I need to self-regulate. And until you do, you're going to run through a cycle. Just like in order for you or me to even understand that we've had to come to that point, realize we need some self-regulation. But it took us going through those things to understand that.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
Right? How do you self-regulate? Like, what is your example of self-regulating? You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm going to try to make it simple because to me it's a little complex for me. It all depends on what it is that I'm dealing with because I know that everything that you deal with is dealing with something specific in you, around you, or for you. Right? I know that it's doing something specific. So it all depends on what that is for me to be specific about how I'm going to handle it through self-regulation, which I think, and I'm going to always continue to, read. I'm going to always continue to grow. I'm going to always continue to obtain knowledge to use for my own self-regulation. And that's what I get it for. See, when I try to pick things for my self-regulation. And it's kind of all custom.
How can I do that?
It's just studying. Trying to find out, who you are, what you about, and find out what's balanced with you or imbalance with you, and then you balance those things out. It's gonna be different for everybody. It's different for everybody. We could just go by experiences in our lives and experiences with other people, and give and take in both situations, in a give and take situation, and it all depends. I might use a breathing technique. I might use exercise. I might use some yoga. I might use some Reiki. It all depends on what it is that I feel like is resisting me from moving forward.
Okay.
So, I would just say this. That's something that I just learned for myself on how to regulate those things. Yeah. So it all depends. For me, it all depends. That's why I said it was a little complex because it all depends. My compartments, the compartments may need something different. You get what I mean? Each compartment needs something different, and I'm always trying to absorb in order to better those compartments or decide to destroy them. You know what I mean? Because even when you decide to destroy it, it has to be complete. It has to be a complete thought or a complete instance. You know what I mean? Yeah. And because some things are not to be kept for a long time. Some things is just not. You know what I mean? Some things are for you to keep. Some things are not. And once we learn to self-regulate and build some boundaries and courage and all that kind of stuff to help, because our biggest thing is not really what we think inside, because what we think inside is the best of ourselves. You get what I mean? It's the best of ourselves. But when we express outside, are we expressing the best of ourselves? And, you know, it's what other people bring in that kind of, to some people, kind of gauge, you know, the best of them. And once you learn that, you know, nothing external should be able to gauge the best of you, then, you know, you'll be at a place. And it's all going to be like the source, give and take. You know what I mean? If you choose Santeria, Santeria is what you get back. You know what I mean? You choose voodoo, voodoo what you get back. You know what I mean? You choose Christianity, it's going to treat you like Christianity. You do it like Quran, it's going to treat you like Quran. The source is complete. You know what I mean? The source is complete. It's going to treat you like you give out. You know, I really like talking to you, Blue. I really like talking to you, Blue. Like, you make me go deep. Like, I be going places that I ain't, you know what I mean? And I ain't really expect to go. But, you know, it's good. It's good having conversations with you, Blue. I like having a conversation with you, Blue.
You gotta be able to relate it to a person to actually understand. Mm-hmm. So for you, it's, you know, what I do is complex, but to me, you was just kind of thoroughly explaining, like, dang, if I can't go to the gym, maybe I can try yoga. I might try this. I might try that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that those, you know, I know that those things work, and those things work on a specific frequency, on a specific level. So it kind of depends on what you're dealing with, on what you can use to release yourself.
That's
to
deep.
Be able to let go.
That's deep.
You know what I mean? So it's just about always trying to learn. Always, you know, putting some sort of practice, you know, in, you know, whether it's a breathing technique, whether it's you know, some exercise, whether it's something got to be able to break the monotony that's within your inner self, you know, and that inner self is the one that kind of controls who you are inside, you know what I mean? And sometimes we give that power to other people, you know, sometimes we let other people kind of dictate how we moving. And, you know, when you have a little bit of self-regulation and just understanding your consciousness and trying to create and take some of those imprints out of your brain, then yeah, you know what I mean? It puts you in a better place. But it's a journey. It's not nothing you can't, you know, I say this all the time to people, like, it's not just one of those, I want to do it tomorrow type of things. It's something you got to build, you know? And if you don't know, you need to go where you know. You know what I mean? You need to go where who know.
And I would like to kind of like add and make a comment to it,
sure.
Right? You know, I think also a piece of that is knowing that there is not like a dead end. It's not like you made it to the final level, you done beat it and you won. You kind of learn to be able to self-regulate your growth and be like, you know, also have like some self-awareness where it's like, dang, like I did just defeat that. Good job. That means next time it comes, I'm going to be able to knock it down, and I'm going to keep getting stronger till the next thing comes. Then I'm going to knock it down and continue to be stronger. Mm-hmm. As people, we got to realize that everything may not make sense on a physical level. Mm-hmm. Some things you just know. It's the instinct. It's the feeling in you. It's the chills. It's the whatever you want to call it, you know?
Yeah. You know, I think what make a lot of people resist from having that chill you talking about, you know, they don't allow people to fail. You know, people don't allow other people to fail. And failing is what's going to help you win. You know what I mean? Because once you fail, you know what you could do, what to do different. And a lot of times people just don't allow you to do that without some sort of ridicule, without trying to make you feel as if you're some sort of mutant monster, you know what I mean? Sometimes you make mistakes. Now, you just understand that, you know, the karma you're going to deal with it, that has nothing to do with how I, you know what I mean? How I say, well, you know, I forgive you, but, you know what I mean? What source said. What source said. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what source said, that's what's happening there. You know what I mean? I'm going to hold my hand back and let source finish up. And, you know, it all depends on who you is. Yeah. You know, if it's for me, I'm going to come help your wounds because that's what you know. That's my plight with Source. You know
that's
what I mean?
Source said.
Yeah, that's my plight with Source. Mm-hmm. So, girl, what you know what I mean? I need to have you on here more often. I'm going to have you come back. Yeah. Next time we're going to have you do a little, you know what I'm saying? You're going to do a little something for us. You know what I mean? We're going to have you do some of your music, show us what you got. Okay. You know what I mean? And I really like you, Biz.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna do well out here. You know what I mean? Watch out for that lower frequency stuff, man. It's running rampant out here. We gotta try to balance it out. You know what I mean? We gotta try to balance it out. And I hear that you tried to balance a little bit of it out in your music. You tried to balance it out in your music. It kind of resonates. I hear a lot of, spiritual movement in your music. You know what I mean? I hear a lot of, self-regulation in your music. I hear a lot of consciousness in your music. So it's falling all over the table. Like, it's falling all out. You know what I mean? I think you're going to do well out here, Blue. You hear what I'm saying? Well, hey, this is Mojo Hyman. You know what I mean? I'm here with Biz. You know, I call her Blue. Her name is Blue is Music. Blue is Music. We call her Biz. I call her Blue. All right?
Yes.
But, you know what I mean? She's doing her thing. I'm glad to have you here. It was a real good inspiration. That you hear. You know, you gave me a little power around here. Hey, we gonna be pumping Blue music. So hey, I'm gonna get some of Blue music. I'm gonna put it on, Black from Trauma. You get what I mean? And yeah, we gonna promote. You got a teammate. You got a teammate here. We got a teammate here.
You know the
But hey,
vibes.
you know what I mean? We just wanted to have a little conversation with y'all, let y'all understand who Blue is and who I am. And we'll catch up with y'all on another time. We'll catch y'all on the next podcast. How many minutes was that?
50.
Okay.